Good afternoon. You are here live with Swag Her. My guest today is none other than Tiera Nicole, a force of resilience, truth, and transformation. As a writer, speaker, and proud solo mom, she has dedicated her platform to helping women, especially single mothers, reclaim their identity, rediscover their self worth, and rise from the ashes of relationship trauma. As a survivor herself, Tiara doesn't simply write about healing, she embodies it. So please help me welcome Miss Tiara Nicole to Live with Swag Her. How are you today?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good. Just doing my mom stuff on my day. I always say, I don't have days off. I just have days I don't go to work. So
Yep.
that's what today was. It was a day
That's
that
exactly,
I don't go to work.
that's exactly what it always is. Once you become a mom, every day is a busy day.
hmm And I got a cat, so I basically got two kids right now.
Pets are definitely fur babies. That's what we call them.
hmm
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 Okay, so I want to thank you for blessing this podcast today. I am going
Yes.
to dive right on into it so that people can know who Tiara Nicole is and why they should be following you. What
Okay.
inspired you to write "A Rose Is Still a Rose," and what did you hope women would take away from your story?
What inspired me to write "A Rose Is Still a Rose"? As you say, I am a survivor of relationship trauma myself, and so I wrote the book that basically I needed when I was
Yeah,
going through. I was really blown away by when I started to share my story publicly how many women were experiencing the same or even worse, dare I say, stories,
yeah,
and so it it dawned on me that, man, my pain, my story is not just for me, but it's like a blueprint. My healing journey, anyway, can be like a blueprint for other women, and my main takeaway, I just want women to know that no matter like what happened to them, it's not who they are, right? It's just a chapter that's in your book, but it's not your whole proverbial book, no pun intended.
right, right.
um, you know, like trauma tends to leave scars, but
hmm
it's not, it doesn't get to define you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? No matter what someone has done to you, no matter how somebody has treated you, that's not where your worth and your value lie. Yeah.
Now, with that, I'm a firm believer of you become to a certain age, your healing is your responsibility. It is no longer the people that may have caused the trauma. Now, with that,
1000%.
right, with what you said, do you feel like those that don't have the tools, um, to know that? Like, how do you not have the tools and come into the understanding that you are not your past hurt without having the tools or someone in your circle?
mm. I mean, that's difficult,
Yeah,
because if you don't have it, people don't know what they don't know,
right, right,
right?
right,
You know
right.
and so sometimes it does require you. I have a chapter in my book called "Let It Out, Child," and it's basically about using your network, creating a network around you, because again, if you don't know what you're missing, you might think that where you are is fine, or
Yeah.
just this is just what my life is going to be like.
hmm
You don't know what you don't know.
Don't know.
So
Yeah.
creating a network of friends or other women who have been, you know um experiencing the same things, like, in other words, don't take this journey alone. Don't live life all on your own. It wasn't meant for us to do that. It's meant for us to coexist in whatever way, shape or form. So in
Yeah.
order to get those tools, and if you don't already possess them, but you have something in your knower that says this, I might not know, but this doesn't even feel right,
Yeah. Yeah.
grabbing a hold of those around you that you feel safe and secure with, so that you can learn and you can feed off of them.
Yeah. This is already delicious. Uh,
I
my next,
try, honey. I
it's
try
very
to feed
delicious.
to.
I love when we're able to be able when I'm meeting people that believe in going back and grabbing someone else, and not just letting life be their lesson, but helping other people not go through the lesson.
Mhm.
Rebuilding self worth can be difficult after experiencing heartbreak or other challenging seasons of life. What are some practical ways women can begin rebuilding their confidence and sense of self?
Mm. I love. Oh, this is probably one of my favorite types of questions. Because everybody who know me know that this girl be out here loving on herself. Okay. So again, I have another chapter in my book. It's called Romance Yourself.
Okay.
And that has been like a plot of mine, of my life, like my life motto. Um, and I know, like, when you think of, oh, romancing yourself, okay, what comes to mind? Oh, taking myself out on a solo date, or buying myself flowers, or a spa day.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
yes, love it. Those things for sure. Um, because I'm quick to do a little solo date. Okay, fast. I don't care who's around. Bartender, can I get another drink? Thank you. Right
Right,
here,
right.
table for one. um, but more than that, pouring into yourself, right? I heard years ago Oprah gave this um interview, and she was like, I've been accused of being so full of myself. And she goes, you're right. I'm so full that I'm overflowing into people. And
Mhm.
so when we're talking about being women, women of age, 35 and older, 40 and older, mothers, we tend to pour into everybody else
Yeah.
and leave ourselves last. And usually that last is nothing. Okay. But so pouring into yourself, giving yourself love, giving yourself care, being tender to yourself, being kind to yourself, um, all those things that you're giving somebody else start with you. And
Yeah.
then you start with you and you fill yourself up. So therefore, when you start to pour into others and you start to love on others and care for others, you don't feel depleted.
Yeah.
You've got an overabundance of whatever to
Mhm.
give. So definitely romancing yourself to the fullest extent, for sure.
Yeah, I remember the first time I went through a separation, and my therapist told me to go on a date, and I think I was probably like 29 ish. I'm 46 now. That was the weirdest
Mhm.
thing for me because I'm like, what am I gonna do by myself? Now I love the time alone just to regroup. And my favorite motto that I created this year, and I'm sure somebody probably says it all the time: "You first, always. Me first, always. Then everything."
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
Yes.
love delicious,
Yes.
delicious. So your book speaks about healing and rediscovering yourself. What does the
Mhm.
process actually look like in real life?
Messy. Messy. Healing is not linear.
Mhm.
People have this idea that, oh, I'm going to start my healing journey and I'm going to do a couple little steps and I'm going to go to therapy a couple times and I'm going to pray a couple of times and boom, I'm healed.
Yeah,
It doesn't work that way. I can remember when my ex and I broke up, and I'm talking about for months. I was good child. Like you couldn't tell me I was good, good. Okay, having good days, solo dating. Girl, I took myself to New York, went to the Broadway shows and all that stuff, and I mean, whatever. And and then one day I was at the barber shop of all places, the barber shop. I'm sitting in the chair, the guys around, they cackling and all that stuff and carrying on. And he puts the little robe over me, put the little thing around my neck. And this song came on. And for the life of me, I cannot remember the song. And I'm so glad. I think that's just my brain shutting it down.
Yeah.
But a song came on and I just lost it. I had to excuse myself. I was like, you know what? Hold on, hold on. Like everybody was looking at me like, what is wrong with this girl?
Yeah.
And it because it not only reminded me of him, but it reminded me of the experiences that I had with him.
Mhm. Mhm.
So healing looks just like that. You
Yeah.
here, you're there, you here, you're there, you come back around and you're there again. You know, it's a rinse and repeat type of a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That as long as you are a human being, your being, you are always going to be healing. There's always going to be, because life doesn't stop, right?
Yeah.
Just because you
Right.
got your little heart broke, just because you went through a divorce, or just because he put his hands on you, life don't stop. Somebody
No.
gonna cut you off in traffic, or your boss gonna get on your nerves, or your kids ain't gonna listen to you, or you might get into another relationship and it go bad.
Yeah.
You know, um, so it's not about reaching a destination. That's not what healing is. It is this everyday, constantly saying, I am going to make this effort to do better and be better than I was yesterday. I'm going to be present. I'm going to be here, you know. Um, and that's really all that you can ask for, because you just don't know what tomorrow finna bring.
You don't. I'm telling you, this is so delicious because you're saying things that is causing me to think. So even with how you say you don't know if you're there, you're there. Would you agree that rebuilding yourself is also grieving the old you?
Yes, yes. Because see, the thing about rediscovering yourself after trauma, it's not about going back. It's not about going back to
Right.
where or who you were before it
Right.
happened. That's not gonna ever happen. So yes, you have to let that girl, that woman, or that girl go. You kind of
Yeah.
almost got to give her a little funeral and just let her sail on out and drift out to sea. So
Yeah.
it's about discovering who God or the creator or whomever you
Yeah.
may choose, God, um, intended to be. It's almost like you're at this crossroads. So, yes, there has to be a grieving process that happens before you can then kind of cross over into, and I don't even necessarily want to say a new you, but
Yeah.
the you that you were born to be.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I
Almost like
truly
the
believe,
next you.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, like a little cat, like you get 9 lives, girl. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, girl? Don't worry about that, girl. Let her go. You got another a little life. Just do it again, girl.
Right, right, right. The next you, because I feel like everybody
Yeah.
keeps evolving, evolving. As long as you're doing the work anyway.
Yeah.
You also speak about setting boundaries. This is my favorite word, and choosing yourself. What did learning to establish boundaries and prioritize yourself look like for you?
Girl. Block them. Block him. Okay. No. I mean,
Real simple.
period. Block him. Period. That's the end of the interview right there. No, but setting boundaries
Yeah,
is less about telling someone else no and more about telling yourself yes. Setting those non-negotiables. I don't know why, but the number 5 comes to my mind. Setting 5 non-negotiables that you are not going to budge, regardless if it's your ex, your mama, or the mailman. Okay. I don't care who it is. Because here's the thing, the people that are for you, they will respect those boundaries that you have set, and
Yeah.
they're going to stay on this side of it
Yeah.
because they respect and they love you. And I feel like setting boundaries, it clears up the rose colored glasses that you might have been wearing. It makes
Yeah.
everything so clear because either a person will respect the boundary or they're not.
Yeah. I agree.
There's no in between with that. You
Yeah.
can't straddle the fence when it comes to, you know, respecting somebody's boundaries or not. So
Yeah.
set them hard boundaries. As I said, another chapter in my book, draw a line in the concrete, honey, not the sand. You make it very clear and you stand on business.
I love
And it's
that.
just
I
as
love
simple
that.
as that.
Yeah. And block them.
And block them, honey. That's it. That should be the first non-negotiable. Block them.
You got to put a chapter. Block them.
I got to do a little reprint.
Yep.
You know,
Block them.
just block them, and then that be the whole chapter.
It will
You
be because
think you finna flip
how you know how hard it is for people to block people. I tell people all the time. Once you show me who you are, you no longer get a seat at the table to watch me do anything. However, people around me like, no, they need to sit and watch. No, block. You no longer exist for real.
Don't like, let me make this very 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 clear. Don't mistaken my words as oh, because I got it all together. No, I'm saying
Right,
this
right.
because I did not block him. I
Yeah,
thought that, oh, we could just be friends and he made a couple of little mistakes and he just needs somebody to love him because he ain't never been loved right. And no, I don't care what the story or the why is, block him.
yeah, yeah.
It's just as
I'm with
simple as
you.
that.
I'm with you when you're right.
And I ain't right a lot. But when I try to right, okay. Shoot, I get it wrong a
Now
lot.
I need to ask a sidebar. What is your zodiac?
I'm a Cancer.
Okay, it was either Cancer or Capricorn.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a Cancer. We are a big ball of energy, big ball of
and, it,
mood.
and it, as a mother, how has motherhood shaped your journey of self discovery and the woman you are becoming?
Mm, motherhood. I tell you that boy. Um, I have been blessed with, and every mother said, but the best kid this side of heaven. I just have. And I have always said, I said this since I first got pregnant. Um, because I was abandoned very early on in my pregnancy. And being very transparent by a man I barely knew. I knew him like 2 weeks. Okay. Um, and he treated me like I knew him for like 2 weeks. Okay. And but something in me, and I again I call it God, you know, told me, if you don't see this through, if you get rid of this child, you're not going to see anything through for the rest of your life. And I was like, okay. I hear you, pal. And
Yeah,
so I knew from then on that motherhood wasn't only going to change my life, but it was going to save my life. That this little boy has become a mirror to me. He's my reflection. So when I'm not showing up for myself, when I'm down on myself, when I'm not loving on myself right, he becomes that.
yeah,
Even at 6, he's very mature for a 6-year-old. And I will see him start doubting himself. and kind of talking down on himself a little. And I'll be like, I can't check him because
Yeah.
he's doing what he sees me do. I check myself. Again, going back to what I was just talking about before, pouring into yourself.
Yeah.
When you're showing up for yourself, I am discovering about me who I am through him. I
Yeah.
see me all up and through him. Okay. You
Yeah.
talk about zodiac signs. He's an Aquarius. He's another water sign. And
Uh-huh.
they really
They really
ebb and
are.
flow.
Uh-huh.
Okay. People always talk about cancers. They don't ever talk about Aquarius. Okay.
I talked
They
about them today.
really ebb and flow. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so if I'm up, he up. If I'm down, he down.
Yeah.
So I had to, yeah, to discover about myself through my child. And that has been the most freeing but self-reflecting thing I've ever experienced in my life. And I am truly, truly, truly grateful
Yeah.
for that. Shoot, and I'm grateful that I listened because Lord knows who I would be today.
Yeah. 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 I do feel like a lot of us, a lot of people, not us, because we know our kids definitely help save our lives, but a lot of people, I don't think they look into it that deep. Yes, you're here and you're giving this child life and you're breathing into them and you're feeding them, but you do not, if you don't sit quiet enough, you do miss the moment of every child you have changes you one way or another. And how you
Mhm.
decide to do it is up to you. But I definitely, I have 6 kids and all 6 of them saved me
Bless you.
different era in life. And my
Bless
last
you.
one is a Capricorn, and I'll be apologizing for myself. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Oh
But
yeah. I
when
feel
she
you with
shows it,
that.
she has a strength that I've never had until I look at her as a 6 year old.
Hmm.
She'll make decisions and stand on it as if she
Hmm.
came out with the word boundary stuck in her spirit. So I
Hmm.
100%, I'm with you. I'm with you when you're right. Okay. Now, my last question: the message of a rose is still a rose. Is that even after being hurt, can you still bloom? And then, what does I'm still blooming mean to Tiera Nicole today?
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, just like the rose. If you think about a rose, the actual flower, and this is where my inspiration came from with titling it. Um, it is one of the most, yes, beautiful flowers in the whole garden, but it's one of the most resilient flowers in the whole garden because it can be torn and tattered and swayed, and it can grow in any kind of environment that you can think of. Even a rose that grew out of the concrete, and regardless of the conditions around it and its environment, at the end of the day, is still a rose. The next day is still going to sprout out. It's got its thorns, so it done been through some stuff,
Yeah,
you know, and it's got some strength. But then you look at the actual petals and you mesmerized,
yeah,
you know. So yeah, so still blooming to me, it's hmm, I'm still here.
yeah,
You didn't break me.
yeah,
You might have beat me, you might have bruised me, you might have torn and tattered me, but I'm still here. I'm
yeah,
still showing up, as the wonderful woman God created me to be, the wonderful mother God shaped me to be. You know, one day I'll be somebody's wife. One day
yeah,
we're gonna worry about that later. But look. I feel like I'm blooming and blossoming into that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I'm still
yeah,
growing into that. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm living my best life.
yeah,
That I'm still blossoming is I'm living my best life. That doesn't always look like you all up on a yacht. and you got a man loving on you. So you know what I'm saying?
At
But I
all.
get up
At
every
all.
day. I bought this house. This is mine. You know, um, me and my baby, we be traveling. You know what I'm saying? We do all kinds of stuff. Like he doesn't start school until the 31st. So all next and camp is over today. Today's the last day of camp. So all next week I took off and we finna be out. Can't
Yeah.
nobody gonna find us.
I love
Um, I'm still here. I'm still standing, you know, and that's the message I want to convey to the women, to the masses. You might got some scars, honey, but girl, you patch them things up, brush them shoulders off, and you still go. You still live. You live in that. You know, you don't let it define you. You let it define a moment that you had. That's fine, but it's not who you are. You are much bigger than that. So yes, I am. I'm still blooming because I'm still here.
I love
Okay,
that.
like
I
that.
love that. I love that. I love that.
I just came to
And
me.
it's yours, okay?
You know, where my pen at? Let me write that
Look, all you
down.
gotta do is look, replay this. You're gonna have it. It's gonna right there.
Okay, good.
But okay, so my next question was what you would like to say to any woman that is watching, but you kind of hit that. So now
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a twist to it. You said that you stated that you pretty much had to raise your son alone.
Hmm.
If it is a single mom out there,
Hmm.
whether it's one or multiple, what is something you will want them to know listening to this now or later that they can use for the next 5 years of their life?
Mm. Yeah, that's a good one. Um, you are capable. You're able. It might not seem like it. I've had very, very dark moments, but you're not in this alone. And that those two things, and I think I touched on that earlier, that you are capable of whatever it is, you know, whether it's how am I going to pay these bills, you know, how am I going to find a man, how am I going to travel with my child, whatever it is, how am I going to heal from this trauma,
Yeah,
knowing that before you take any of those steps, reading any books, like I said, going to any therapy, just knowing that you're capable of doing those things is the first step. You
yeah,
got to know that you can. You got to know that you're able to heal. You got to know that you're able to take care of your family. You got to know that you are able to be with a good man, cuz some of us don't think so. Some of us, we've gone through trauma and things like that, and then we don't think that we're worthy.
yeah,
No, you are. You
yeah,
absolutely are. Again, don't let how somebody else treated you define your worth. No, they didn't create you, so how can they define you? Don't you do that.
yeah,
And then second, yeah, you're not alone. It might seem like it, but you're not alone. Regardless of what you're going through, um, again, using your circle. I know I keep repeating myself, but a lot of these things coexist, they coincide together. You know, talking to a homegirl that you trust, talking to your mama that you trust, that you trust.
yeah,
Okay, just because
yeah.
they,
Hmm.
your mama or whomever, don't mean, but somebody that you really can lean on,
Hmm.
letting go of all of that control. As us as women, we got we hold on to
We
so
was taught to
much.
be it. We was taught to do
And
it.
and so knowing that strength isn't about struggling.
Yeah,
We associate, especially with black women, I'm gonna say, we associate strength with struggle. No, it's time to let that go.
yeah,
We need to
yeah,
let that go. And we need to understand that in the heart of letting go, let it go. Let that weight off your shoulders go,
yeah.
and lean on your network of people. Ladies, please ask for help. ask for help. So those are the three things that I would say. I know I said two, but that
You
ask for
good.
help, man,
Yeah.
it took me. I have a good support system. I am so blessed to say that. I would not, could not do the things that I do and mother how I mother and just live how I live um without my support. And I used to feel guilty. I did when my parents would watch him just for me to go take a nap or for me to go on a date or for me to just go to the spa or whatever. I used to feel guilty.
Yeah.
I had to let that go and I had to lean on them and know that they too have a relationship with him. That's also their family member,
Yeah.
and they are wanting to help out. People want to help out. So
Yeah.
yeah, so to wrap it up, yes, those three things I think would be able to go along for the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah. That was, I'm telling you, this has been delicious.
Sorry,
Very
I
that
was
is
getting
my
I was
word.
because
This has been very
I
delicious. Now, in closing, I would like for you to let everyone know how they can purchase your book and how they can follow you.
Okay. Yeah. So my book is available on Amazon. It's called A Rose is Still a Rose by Tiera Nicole. It's got a whole long name to it, but A Rose is Still a Rose is simple,
Okay.
okay? Because ain't nobody gonna remember rediscovering yourself after relationship trauma. Like ain't nobody typing that in.
Right, right.
If you can remember the Aretha Franklin song, A Rose is Still a Rose by
Hmm.
Tiera Nicole on Amazon. I will be doing a relaunch, like an official relaunch in October. So if any of you are in the Baltimore area, I would love for anybody to come out. You could definitely follow me on Instagram, officially Tiera Nicole. I'm officially Tiera Nicole pretty much everywhere I think I am. I just started a new TikTok.
Okay.
So me and my little 800 followers, okay.
It'll be 8:01 today here because I'm
Literally
coming
just
over.
started it last week. So y'all give me a second. But it's the same thing on TikTok. It's officially Tiara Nicole. Definitely follow me, follow my journey. There's a way to reach out to me if you guys have any questions. Look, everybody my boo thing. Okay. So I respond and I'm very responsive on my Instagram as much as I can. But if I catch the message, I'm responding. Hey girl, how you doing, girl? How you living?
I
So
love it.
yeah, so definitely on Amazon, Instagram, and TikTok.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for blessing us with your presence, the energy, a delicious conversation, and I will be going over and adding to your TikTok.
Yes,
Um,
girl,
I
801.
and Instagram. But thank you again for trusting your story with us here at Swag Her Magazine. And I can't wait to see what the next book is. I can't wait to. I can't wait. I can't wait. So
So a little sneak
congratulations.
peek, it might be fiction this time. I don't
Ain't
know.
nothing
We will
wrong
see.
with it. Ain't
We
nothing
will
wrong with it.
see.
Ain't nothing,
No,
we had a guest that did a lot of fiction and just transferred over to nonfiction. So
see, see,
the table is wide. Go whichever
yes,
direction is open. Okay.
yes,
But again, congratulations on the relaunch of your book in October. I am in Baltimore, so I will keep my eye open. And yeah, good luck on everything that you have coming your way. And again, thank you for being a voice for so many women that didn't know they are allowed to have one. It is very much
yes,
appreciated.
yes. Thank you for having me. I truly
Absolutely.
enjoyed it.
Thank you. And we guys, we will see you next time here on Live with Swag Her. You guys have a great evening.